But first, we have to talk about the 49ers who partied all night after their Super Bowl loss, where Lil Wayne performed a private concert for them. And I'm hearing, Skip,
yes, ma'am,
that you had an interesting exchange with Wayne about this. So tell us everything.
I will. So, my friend Lil Wayne texted me yesterday to alert me to this situation. And Wayne made it clear that we here on Undisputed were open to talk about it. He had no problem with us discussing what he texted me. He said the 49ers booked him to play at their party, which happened right after Sunday night Super Bowl in Miami. And obviously, Wayne lives in Miami. We had him on final hour of our show on Friday. He said they booked him at full price, paid in full before, to play a full show, just so we know what the lay of the land was.
Okay.
TMZ reported that it turned into a quote-unquote all-out rager that was lit. Okay, great. But Wayne said he stopped the show at least 3 times that he could recall to sort of half-jokingly make sure that everybody in the crowd knew, you guys just lost the Super Bowl. Are you okay with me continuing? And he said they would scream that they were more than okay, and most of them were players and family members, right? This was a private party for the 49ers. So, Wayne said in his text to me that he was shocked by the 49ers' reaction to this because, obviously, they had just lost a Super Bowl. They were in position to win. You would agree with that, right?
Correct.
So it wasn't like they just got blown out 49-0. They had a real shot to win this one. So his text continued to me, the 49ers clearly had a, quote, let's not worry too much about it, unquote, attitude about the game. They truly believe they'll be back next year. The confidence, it was scary. And Wayne continued, I also got to speak to Kyle, as in Shanahan, one-on-one, and you could see he wasn't hurt or upset. He was mad as hell. And that's the energy of someone who feels like Super Bowl 55 is going to be marked on a calendar that's posted on his bedroom ceiling, so it's the last thought before he goes to sleep and the first sight when he wakes up. Okay, fine. So, yesterday, Wayne was hearing a lot of negativity, that a lot of people were not real happy with the 49ers partying after they lost a Super Bowl. So I'm going to give you, the Hall of Famer, the first crack at this, and you obviously played in 3 Super Bowls, but you won all 3. But you did lose 5 playoff games in your career, so you know the feeling of what it feels like to have your season, boom, ended when you don't expect it to be ended like that.
Right.
So do you, Shannon Sharpe, have a problem with the 49ers partying after losing a Super Bowl?
I don't, Skip, because people process losses differently. Now, that's not what I would have done. Now, had that been me, had I been on the losing side, now, we didn't have entertainment like that. We just had our first Super Bowl in San Diego. Mike hired a DJ, so everybody was there.
Mike Shanahan, father.
Her father, who was the head coach at the time. So we had a DJ, we had a big old party.
All right.
So we came back, and everybody was having a good time.
Okay, so what if you had lost? Would the DJ have been...
I would have kidded no. It was going on because he's already, like Wayne said, they'd already paid in full. I would have kissed my kids, hugged my mom, hugged my sister, told my girlfriend. At the time, I had a girlfriend at all 3 of them. I said, now, if you want to stay, y'all welcome to stay, but I'm going to my room. Skip, I don't do well with losing. I don't handle losing well. And especially, I sacrifice so much. I miss football games. I miss recitals, the way I ate, the way I trained. I didn't go on vacation. I would have felt all that was for naught. So I couldn't do it. Now, I get it, Skip, because we've seen situations where people are getting married, Jenny, and there's a big old reception, and all of a sudden, one of the parties backed out and says, I don't want to get married. Well, hell, I don't pay for all this. Somebody go eat this food. That's the way they look at it. Skip, just because some people handle losses differently than what Shannon did, that doesn't mean they didn't care more or less than I cared during the course of the game. But I just didn't want to be around people. Now, I played, Skip, and we've lost regular season game, and guys are keying and joking, and I'm like, what the hell? Y'all do realize we just got beat, right?
Yep.
And you cool with that?
Yeah.
But, Skip, I had to learn. Man, look here. Everybody's not going to treat it like you. That's why everybody doesn't have the level of success. But I'm a firm believer, Skip, the more invested you are in a game, the more it hurts. And you lose, it hurts. So, Skip, I don't have a problem because they've already paid Lil Wayne full price. So They're there now. I wouldn't have done it. I couldn't. I know me, Skip. I'm going to my room, and I don't want to talk. I'm not going to talk to my homeboys. I'm not going to talk to my closest teammates. I'm going to my room, and I'm going to think, damn, we just lost the Super Bowl. What could I have done differently? Did I prepare well enough? Damn, if I just caught that one pass, that would have been Q3rd. All that process goes through my head.
I got you. I hear you.
So, Skip, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to sit here and judge them and say, well, they're doing all that. They cared more about going to the concert afterwards than they cared about the game, because that's not fair. I don't know what's in a man's heart. I just know I wouldn't have done it. But I also know, that's probably different than Mike Shanahan would have done it, because Kyle's father, he took losing hard. He wanted you to take losing hard. All that kidding and joking and carrying on, he wasn't about that. And he wanted you to feel that. I mean, Wednesday was tough. I mean, you lost the game on Sunday. Wednesday, you knew that he was on edge. He didn't take losing kindly. In that game, Skip, that's the game of games. And to lose that one, Skip, I get it. There's a lot to look forward to. They're a fairly young football team. I still believe Jimmy G is on the rise. If they're going to sign Emmanuel back and get a couple of guys back, add a few pieces, Skip, I think they'll be right back in that position. But it's easy from the outside looking in and says, oh, man, they should have done it like this. They should have just canceled the party. But when you spend $500,000 or $1 million, whatever it takes to book Wayne, what are you going to do? You might as well just go ahead and get the most out of it that you possibly can. But I wouldn't have gone. I couldn't have gone.
Nor would I have gone. So, just for the record, Kyle Shanahan is the biggest Lil Wayne fan.
Yes.
He has been for years and years.
He named his son after Wayne. He named his son
is now
Carter.
about 10 years old. I'm not sure exactly where
About
it
the
is,
age
but-
I've known Kyle
They've
Shanahan.
been very good friends.
So Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., he named his son Carter.
Okay.
It's a cool name.
Yeah.
And I know Wayne got wind of this 2 years ago and sent sort of a package of posters and albums he signed for both the son and the father.
Right.
So I get all that. And this was the first time Kyle actually got to sit with Wayne and talk to him. But it's just the wrong place and the wrong time. And I assume Kyle was the driving force behind booking Wayne, paying full price.
Right.
And it was reported by TMZ that the York family, who owns the team, they were sitting in the front row at the Raging Rage concert, right?
We done paid for it. We might well enjoy this.
Okay.
God.
This is just me. If I owned that team and I had to make plans for a post-Super Bowl party, I would have paid Wayne in full. I would have sent him his check because I could afford it if I owned that team, right?
You can afford you on any team, but
That
you
is
definitely
correct.
on that one.
That one. And yet I would have made it contingent upon we win the game.
Right.
I would make it clear if we lose, it's off.
You ain't gonna feed them either way. I mean, what you
Okay,
gonna do?
no, not the party.
Oh, okay.
Because the point of the party is
It's a celebration.
But no, it's a convenience because everybody's got their family there.
Yes.
And you don't want to send everybody out into the night looking for a restaurant after the Super Bowl because you're going to have a hard time getting in one, right? Because everybody's out in restaurants.
Skip, you say that. I remember the first Super Bowl in San Diego. Mike had the DJ. We having a good old time. But after a while, I'm like, man, ain't nothing here but family, man. I don't want to stay here anymore. Skip, we go out, me and about 5 or 6 guys, we go out to a club, and guess who we see? The Packers.
Oh, great.
They out celebrating too. I'm like, well, I'm thinking to myself, what the hell y'all doing out? Ain't nobody gonna tell you. Ain't nobody gonna tell y'all congratulations. We just beat you.
Okay? So the point of a post-Super Bowl party is to have a convenient place for family to gather.
Right, correct.
And what I would have a buffet.
Right.
If you feel like eating, you can go pick at it if you want, or you can eat full, whatever you will feel like doing. But this is a place that we will commiserate if we lose. Because I know how I feel. If this show has an off rating one day, I'm not fun to live with for Ernestine the rest of that night. And if we have a big rating, it's like on to the next day.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of
That's
big
true.
ratings. Thank you very
Phew,
much.
I don't want any more bad ratings for
That's very
Ernestine's sake.
true. Bad ratings. Ooh.
Jeez.
Not even bad, just a little
You're
off.
Okay.
So to me, I cannot identify with players celebrating and participating full on into Lil Wayne. And I love to watch him. I love to listen to him.
Yeah.
We get that. It's just the wrong place, wrong time for the way I'm put together, the way you're put together. And it's not the greatest look because you did get to 3 of these and you were blessed to win 3 of these. It's hard, man.
It is.
I know how hard it is because I've been doing this for so long. It's just hard to get to 1.
It is.
I know too many players who never got to 1. I know way too many coaches who never even sniffed 1. And when you get to 1, you have to embrace it. And if you lose it the way they lost it, you have to let it hurt because it's what propels you. I'll never forget. I was down on the field at Candlestick when the Dallas Cowboys lost the NFC Championship game to Steve Young. And no, this is the next one. I'm going the next generation.
You talking about 94.
And this is the one that interrupted what should have been 4 in a row because Jerry had fired Jimmy Johnson after 2 straight. And Barry Switzer's first year, remember we had Dion and Michael on the other day. It was the uncalled pass interference.
The armbar.
It should have been called. And Barry Switzer was so irate about it, he ran onto the field and got a 15-yard penalty on top of not getting that call.
Right.
So it goes backward 15 yards and the game was over after a miraculous rally staged by the Dallas Cowboys. And when it ended, I was on the sideline, and it's muddy and bloody. It's just, it's a horrible place, but I loved it anyway. It was spooky, but so we're walking off Candlestick, and I'm tiptoeing through the mud puddles, and Nate Newton turned around. He was right in front of me. He turned to everybody behind him, and he said, I want everybody to remember what this feels like right now because we're going to get back next year. But he didn't want to go party that night. He wanted everybody to ache over what had just happened, and it propelled them the next year to go to Phoenix and win the Super Bowl over Pittsburgh.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.